Array in JavaScript. So let us. So we are going to do some exercise, do some experiments with array in JavaScript, right? So what is basically array? Let me open my MS Paint. Yes, here we go. So this is our memory. Suppose this is our memory. When we say const num is equal to 10, when we say that JavaScript internally specifies some part of memory inside the memory. It's the name of this position, this part of the memory will be num, which is variable name, and the value inside it will be 10, just like this. When we say const num is equal to 10, internally JavaScript do this, right? Suppose let's take a scenario. Let's take a scenario. The scenario is we want to store the marks of 10 students. Suppose there is 10 students, their marks are these. Like this. So there can be one solution to store this. The first solution can be mark 1 is equal to 90, const mark 2 is equal to 43, const mark 3 is equal to 70 and 78, and so on, right? We need to declare 10 variables, then assign here the values. This will be lengthy, right? So is there any easier method we can do? Of course there is an easier method. What is it? Let's see. So as we know that using this, when we declare a variable like this, internally JavaScript allocate memory in this way. Firstly, it is this is an whole memory. In that memory, a small part is assigned to this variable. So the variable name will be null, and here the value will be 10. Here we have a special method to allocate memory like this. We can allocate large amount of memory and divide it like this. We can allocate large space in the memory, right, and divide like this. What is this? This big memory is the collection of small this small memory. We can say that name of the memory will be let's say it is ARR. How do we specify this location, and this location? Using index number. So initially, also always remember indexing start from 0. So this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This will be 11. Exactly, this will not be 0. It will be internally, it will be ARR 0 like this. Yes, this is what it will be. It will be like this 0. ARR is the name of the whole memory and 0 is the index number. So now this name is referring to this memory. ARR 1 is referring to this location. ARR 2 is referring to this location, right? Here you have observed that the name of the memory is ARR, which is same for every section, but indexing is different, right? Here the name of the variable was different, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3. So how we can define this memory? We can and remember this is an array. This is an array. So how we can define it? We can define like this: ARR this. Now we can keep this inside this. How do we print 90? We print ARR 0. Why? Because this is the index 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and so on. We reference according to the name of the variable and the index. Let's print the last one. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What will be 10? Let's save it and see where it has gone. Not this one. I think this one, yes. See here we have 90 and 89. The first element and the last element. In JavaScript, we can directly print the array. Whole array is ARR. Save it. See, here we can see whole elements, all the elements. See here, these are the indexing numbers. It's start from 0. And what is this? This is length. Internally, JavaScript calculates its length and stored it in a variable, which is 11. 11 means there are 11 elements. And you can see the index of last element is length minus 1, which is 10. Why? Because indexing start from 0. The length will be always, yes, the length will be always greater than, greater by 1 to the last index. We can also print the length as well. Length is array dot length. See, length is 11, which is this one. This one. There are this was about array, but there is a interesting point about array in JavaScript, that is we can store multiple data types in a single array. Like here I can put computer, keyboard, then 100, then monitor. Let's save it and see what is the output. See here, we can see the exact array here in the output. This is the interesting fact about array in JavaScript. In other programming language, we can store only one data type in an array. Data type means This is 90, which is number, 43, which is number, 78, which is a number. This is computer, which is a string. This is a keyboard, which is a string. So here in this array we have two data types, number and a string. But in Java, C, C++, we can store only one data type in an array. Either store only a string, or only number. So this is the interesting fact about array in JavaScript. Let's see some more. Let's do some more experiment with JavaScript. See here, we have printed the whole array. Here we have printed the individual elements. Here we have printed the length. If we want to print the whole elements, we can use we can use for loop or while loop to print the whole elements. As we know that the first element will be this one, 0. The second element will be 1. Third element will be 2, and so on, right? So how we can use for loop? Let's see. Initially yes, initially for the first time this must be 0, second time this must be 1, third time this must be 2, right? So we can take a variable here, I is equal to 0. What should be the condition? Let's forget about condition and do what? I plus y, because this is an increment, so each time it will increase by 1. What should be the condition? See, we know that the loop should be run till till I is less than length. So I is less than arr dot length. I hope this is clear. What we are doing? We are just printing arr I. So we know that. Let's examine this sentence. So this is for loop. Its first part is called initialization. Second part is known as condition. Third part is known as increment or decrement. To loop over array, we know that its its first element is at 0th index. So we need ARR 0, then we need ARR 1, we need ARR 2. Here we know that this for loop will start from 0, right? Then it will execute this block. Here we have printed ARR I, which means ARR 0. It will refer to this one. Second time when it finish this block, it will execute this line, this code. It says I plus plus, which means increase the value of I by 1, right? So the second time I will be 1. Now this block will execute. We are printing it ARR 1, which is this one, and so on. Let's save it and see. See here, all the elements 90, 43, 78, 64, and so on. At last we have monitor, so it has print monitor. And at last let's print the value of I. I is I, and for that I need to declare it outside. I is equal to 0. Now we have declared outside. We can remove this part, but we have to keep this semicolon, and let us print. Value of I is 15. So when does it, when I become 15, it will say, is I less than arr dot length? What is the length? Length is 15. It will say, is 15 less than 15? No, it's not. Then it will not execute this block. It will out of the for loop. So here we are printing I. So this is how we can access all the elements of an array. Now let it make it comment. Since we know that, let's do another experiment, which is changing the length of an array. We know that arr.length refers to this one. What if we change this variable, like we set it to 0, and now print at last array is arr. Save it. At last array is empty array, and let's see, length is 0. What it's doing? See, till now here we have declared array and initialize its value inside it. There are 15 elements, so internally JavaScript will make it 15. Just because of this, it's taking also this one array, 0. See, internally the length will be set to 15 because it has 15 elements, right? Here we have said arr.length is equal to 0, means we are manipulating this value. So when its value becomes 0, it means that the elements in that array should be 0, right? That's why when we are printing, there is 0 elements, means there is no any elements. What if we make it 1? Not 1, let's say 4. See, here length become 4, and what are the how many elements? We have 4 elements, which is the initial this 4 one. After this, all the elements has been deleted. Why? Because we have set its length to 4. When we are setting its length to 4, we set it to JavaScript that keep only 4 elements in that array. And which 4 elements? The first 4 element, right? What if we do this 20? What if we do this 20? Let's save it and see. Here we have we know that there were 25 elements, right? There were 25 elements till monitor, right? And its length is 20, means there should be more 5 more elements. And what are those 5 elements? Of course it will be empty. That's why here we can say empty into 5, which means there are 5 empty elements, right? Suppose that we make here it 0. Internally it will delete all the elements and set length to 0. What if we do arr 5 is equal to computer? Yes. Now what it will print? See, till now we have set length is equal to 0. It means that array must be empty. Array must be empty. There must not be any element. And here we are saying that put computer on the 5th index. We are saying that put computer on the 5th index, but it has only 0. It has 0 elements, means it does not have any elements. In that case, what JavaScript will do? JavaScript will create array. Internally JavaScript will create array which will have 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will have 5 sections. Indexing will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And sorry, it will have not, it will have 5, yes, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here JavaScript will automatically put the variable computer. What will be the previous value? It will be undefined. Empty space means here it will put undefined. What it's doing internally? See, here the array was empty. We are saying that put the computer variable on the 5th index. JavaScript will see there is no any 5th index. So firstly it will create index from 0 to 5. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here at the 5th index it will put computer, and all the variables from on this index will be undefined. वीडियो बना रहे हैं, वीडियो बना रहे हैं. So let's save it and see what is the result. See here we have 5 empty spaces, and at the last it is computer. And let's print it. Well, let's print all the elements. Here we are going to print. Save it. See, it's printed 5 times undefined. Then 6th time it's 0. Let's print it the value of I as well so that we can see. See, at 0 index we have undefined, at 1 index we have undefined, at 5th index we have computer. As I said, using this diagram, here all the here and these sections we will have undefined, and at this 5th index we will have computer variable. This is what it's displaying. Let's, what if we ARR we put at first index, which is monitor, save it. See, it has, for on first index we have monitor. We are printing the each elements. That's why we are able to see what we are printing. We are printing the I, which is the index number and the value at that index. So here we have set on 5th index, which is computer, we can see the result computer. On first index it is monitor, we can see here it is monitor, and here we have printed the whole array. What it is, see, on 0th index it is empty, on first index it is monitor, and from 2nd to 4th it is empty, and on 5th index it is computer. Again, so this was the experiment on array. Is there any experiment we can do? We can do, let me see what we can do. Suppose, yes, we can. Let's make it all comment. Let's define an empty const array is equal to empty array. Print it. Array is ARR. We are printing it, obviously it will be printed empty array, length will be 0. Let's put 50 elements inside this array dynamically. Dynamically. How we can do that? Using for loop. I is equal to 0, I should less than 50, I plus plus. ARR I is equal to what we want to keep. We want to keep random number. Math dot, first of all we will find floor math dot random into 100. So this will generate a random number between 0 and 100, and that number will be stored here in first time it will store at 0th index, then first index, then second index, and remember its length is 0. So whenever we want, we try to put value on the index out of which is out of its length, automatically JavaScript will increase the length, right? Let's print the whole array. Array is equal to array. Let's save it. See here, initially array is why it's saying that's because this is the fault of not the fault, what I can say, functionality of Chrome. Like here we can see leave it. Here we can see its length is sorry, there is 0 elements inside it, Here we can see we have 50 random elements. If I refresh it, this value will be changes. Look carefully. See, we can see there are 50 elements. Initially here it is 0, which is we have printed here. After that printing we have kept 50 random elements inside this array, then we have printed. So initially it's there is empty element, then we can see 50 elements inside that array. Now here is the point, when I am opening it, this one we can see the variables, numbers. Why is this? Why is this? Because Chrome automatically updates internally. See, this is the same array. Firstly, it is empty, but after this line, we have elements in that array. So, internally, Chrome will add elements in that array. But we can see we have 0 elements here. So, this is the functionality of Chrome. Don't worry about this. Here we can see we have 50 elements, random elements. So this is all about array in JavaScript.